So, here we go.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is episode 22nd.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yes,
know,
it is.
the number's climbing up there. We are the Northern Knits podcast ladies. I'm Jocelyn,
I'm Diana.
and we're coming to you from a sunny, windy Osborne, Manitoba in Winnipeg. Canada Games are wrapping up. I'm leaving the province. Folklorama's wrapping up. There's a lot on the go here, guys, on the ground. But,
Oh, forgot
once
about
again,
Folklorama.
yeah, it's a thing. We have a podcast of the knitting variety, plus whatever segues I get suckered into, of which there are always many,
Segway.
without even trying, guys. Diana, why don't you tell everybody what we're going to cover this week?
We are going to cover what's in our cup, woolly workings, spinning yarns, yarn on the go, events, and a review.
Woohoo! Well, that sounds like a jammed-packed afternoon for us.
Yeah.
27 degrees outside. It's too warm for Jocelyn. When does it fall?
Soon. I saw the geese leaving yesterday.
Oh, thank heavens.
I'm a little bit sad. I mean, I'm excited that I can knit all the fall things, but I'm also a little bit sad because fall doesn't last very long, and then it's winter, and winter is cold, and I don't like the cold.
Bring on the snow. Snow! Feel free to hate me.
No snow!
Feel free to hate me. I
No
still like the snow.
I like the years when it doesn't snow until November.
Oh, that's fine, because I have a young niece and she likes being able to go outside to do Halloween trick-or-treating without having to wear her snowsuit, so I'm okay with no snow till November as well. For different reasons. That and it makes Halloween setup just 4 times more difficult.
It really does.
It really does, so that's okay, and that's fine. But once November hits, can I have snow?
By November 1st, you can have snow.
Woohoo! Not that, I have any control over Mother Nature, neither do you, so...
What are you talking about? We have all of the control.
That's not going to work out well for us. But that's okay.
Anyway, bringing it back round. What are you drinking today? What is in your cup?
In my cup today, I have a passion fruit iced tea lemonade from Starbucks. I found out about this drink via Jacqueline Hill. There's a makeup artist YouTuber for you.
Ooh, I'll have to link
And
that.
she loves the passion fruit iced teas. Now in the States, the iced tea lemonades aren't sweetened, so she has to add sweeteners to hers. Obviously here in Canada, I do not have to add sweeteners to mine, but I do get an extra pump of raspberry put in it. So super tasty and really pink.
Very pink. It is a nice shade of pink. It's got a nice gradient going on there with the ice.
It does. It's really cool. So, as I drink some of it, that is my beverage for the day because it is 27 degrees outside, folks.
I am drinking a hot matcha latte because
Crazy.
Why the heck not? I hadn't had a matcha latte in a while, so I went down to Little Sister, which I also haven't been to in a long while, and I got myself a matcha latte because they do a good matcha latte.
Totally fair.
With the pretty little design on the top with the milk foam and everything.
Yes, they do.
I should have taken a picture of it. I didn't think of that.
That's okay. We also ate the brownies I picked up from Tallgrass Prairie without taking photos of those either.
Also true.
Don't
Those are probably
feel bad about that.
probably the densest brownies.
They're so good.
Sorry, I was having a panic attack. I thought I'd dropped stitches and nonsense, but no, I haven't.
Okay.
No. Okay. We're good. It's all good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Alright. Nice, sweet, to the point, simple. What's in your cup today?
Yep.
Works for me. I suppose we need to dive right in.
To woolly workings.
Woolly workings.
I have 3 things.
So do I.
We're even.
We're even this week.
Shall I talk about what I was panicking about just a second ago?
Why not?
Okay. I am currently, while we are podcasting, working on the Find Your Fade shawl. This is the very popular on the internet this summer pattern by Andrea Mowry.
It is.
And I'm doing a travel theme to mine, so I have yarn from San Francisco, London, home, San Jose, and Ireland in this thing. I'm currently working on the London colorway, which I got at I Knit or Die, and the colorway is called Ziggy Stardust. It is sort of sea greens and blues with a little bit of sparkle running through it. Got that I guess I got that in January when I was in London.
Yes, you went at the start of the year. Man, you're an international traveler when I think about it.
Yeah, I don't really think about it. And then, like, oh yeah, I've been there. Wait, I've been to London how many times? Like, I've been to London enough times, I seriously thought about keeping my Oyster card last time, because, like, I'll probably be back.
I am also doing a Find Your Fade. Not nearly so well traveled. I'm doing mine out of Algria yarn from Manos de Uruguay and Ancient Arts yarn. Because I can. I'm on my second of my 3 blue shades from Ancient Arts yarn. I believe I'm at where the cohair goes. We're gonna have to link the 3rd color because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I am almost at the 3rd lace section.
Okay. If you have all of these things in your project page, I can link them more easily.
I believe I do, and if I do not, I will make sure that they are before I send this to you.
Excellent.
Because I will have to listen to myself later. Cheating! I have also been working on, unsurprisingly, my 365 Days of Granny Squares. Yay! Everyone's going to be so excited when it's 2018 and I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm doing it with the Red Heart Soft Yarns. I am deliberately falling 2 weeks behind while I'm on vacation because I'd like to enjoy my vacation and not have to do something every day if I don't feel like it. So that's fine. I understand that means I will have catch up to do when I get home, and that's okay.
2 weeks away, 2 weeks of catch up, doing 2 a day.
Just 2 a day. It won't take me long to catch up at all, so I'm
Yeah.
not overly worried about it. So progress continues. I'm still going to be brutally honest. There's no way those photos are going up till January.
And then January will come around and be like, oh, the lighting in my place isn't good enough, so I can't take the photos yet. And
No. That I can do because I have blind lady lighting.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You do have very excellent lighting.
I have excellent lighting for very obvious reasons. I need it, so I'm not worried about the lighting because all of my lighting is artificial and it is extremely bright for me to see things. So I'm good.
All right.
Your turn.
I decided earlier this week that I was going to knit at least 1 row on my gasp wedding shawl every day.
It needs to happen.
And I've been holding to it so far.
Okay, that's good.
We're 5 days in. See how this keeps going. But I've actually been knitting like 2 rows on it every day because there's rest rows, which are nice. So that's coming along quite nicely.
Excellent.
I'm nearly halfway through the first chart.
My. You are making progress.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to do some more work on that tonight because I am done the most complicated row in the chart. And the rest of them are comparatively insanely easy.
Good. Well, I only have one other thing I've been knitting on.
Same.
Okay. I have been working on my mammoth shawl. This is a test knit I'm doing for the Cozy Up with the Stitch and Stitchers, or Cozy Up Designs on Ravelry. I am doing it out of the Bernay Premium in the tweed, and I was right. My mom and dad came to town yesterday, and my mom has already felt out the shawl and gone, this is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not keeping that shawl. It'll be going to my mother's closet, I suspect. So, endeavor to get it done before I come home, so I might not even have a finished product coming home. It might just stay in Saskatoon with my mom.
Make sure you take pictures before you leave it
I
behind.
will make sure I take pictures if I end up leaving it behind. So, I've been working on that in the Bernay. You saw it today. It's freaking beautiful.
It is. I thought, because it's out of this, like, oatmeal-y tweedy yarn, my eyeballs decided that it should feel scratchy.
Yeah.
And it super doesn't.
Nope.
It feels like a super cozy blanket.
Yeah, no, it is going to be a wonderful, super cozy blanket. I am so excited. Alright. I did bring something for Diana to see in all of its huge glory once we're done. You got one more item?
I have one more item.
Alright, well you do that and I will do the finished reveal of the extra large shawl, which I finished several weeks ago.
Alright. My last item is, during the stream this week, I restarted the Distinction shawl.
It's a nice shawl.
I'm still not sure how I feel about it.
Okay. You're the one who was gung-ho about it.
I was super gung-ho about it. I'm not sure how I feel about the gauge so far.
Oh, okay.
I'm about 8 rows in.
Okay.
And I'm doing it out of the recommended yarn, which is, off the top of my head...
I don't remember. Brain!
I didn't remember to write down the designer or the yarn. I'm a terrible human being.
That's okay. You'll link it in the show notes. That's your job.
It was Mecca. I don't remember what the brand of yarn is, but I remember that the base is Mecca.
Okay. Everyone's going to hear me get farther away because I have to be farther away to show off this shawl.
Anyway, so I was working on the distinction, and I sorted out all the problems I was having last time. And yeah, it's really, I'm just not sure about the gauge. I'm using the recommended yarn and the recommended needle size, and I guess it's just a much looser gauge than I'm used to, but I think I'm going to keep with it because I always knit my shawls at this really tight gauge, and Jocelyn's been knitting all these shawls at a really loose gauge, and I really like how her shawls are turning out. Oh my goodness, this is a small bedspread.
It is a small bedspread.
My goodness, but that looks so good,
Yeah.
and
It's not even washed and blocked yet.
My goodness. Just stand there for a second. I'm going to
You're
take a
gonna take a
picture.
photo?
I'm going to take a picture.
I'm a very tall woman.
My goodness.
I have a 72-inch wingspan. No, 56-inch wingspan? 56-inch wingspan.
That's crazy. You're standing on the other side of the room from me, and I did
I
not
am.
have to zoom in to have you fully in frame.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
That is how big this shawl is. It is 223 centimeters in width because #metric revolution, and it is 115 centimeters deep.
That's so nice.
So for my 5 foot tall 10 frame, it is a large shawl.
It is, in fact, a very large shawl.
So for me, I have a shawl. So go ahead, put this on your head.
Oh, okay, pardon me. I need to go drown in a shawl.
That you need to take a picture of. Should have
Okay.
brought my selfie stick, because this is going to consume your whole head.
This is going to consume my whole head. Okay, hang on. Where's the front of this thing?
Are you kidding me? I can't find the front of the thing half the time.
Okay, I actually found the front of the thing.
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
Hang on. We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Wait, if I
What's
open
gonna
this
happen?
first.
Maybe. Oh, guys. You can't find Diana under this shawl. You cannot get it all on your head. It's not gonna work. It's too big. Yeah. No, your head is so small. In comparison to the... Oh, my word. Guys, this is ridiculous.
My goodness. It's huge.
How excited are you going to be when I start wearing that at Christmas?
It's eating me.
It is eating you. Oh, my God.
Okay, it's way too hot for this today. Oh my goodness. Get it off. Get it off. It's actually eating me. Oh God, I can't get it off. It's stuck.
But it likes you. I'm
Let's-
not doing a crochet edging for it. I think it's big enough.
It's quite plenty big enough. My goodness.
I was talking to my dad because I stretched out all of my blocking boards, and he's like, "Why are you leaving them up?" Because I was blocking my bendy arrow shawl and my sister's crochet shawl, so I straightened out all the skulls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Nope, because I have to block this." He's like, "That is going to take days to dry." I'm like, "That's why I'm blocking it tonight, so we can just go away on vacation, and when I come home, it's dry." He's like, "That is a very smart thing. Get home." This is not a dry in 24 hours.
Nope.
It's too big, and it's going to use all of those blocking wires you loaned to me to stretch all the lace eyelets out. So it's going to be even bigger when it's finished, because I
That's
haven't stretched the lace
insane.
eyelets out yet. But it came here. You've seen it. Now I can wash it, block it, and then weave in the ends.
Yep.
Yep. I like to weave in my ends after I've washed and blocked.
I weave in my ends before I wash and block, but I don't cut them off until after.
Oh, see, now I can never find them once I've woven them in.
Fair enough.
There's that. But that's the stuff we've been working on. Whew.
We are on to spinning yarns.
That's me!
You were doing some spinning a moment ago.
I'm actually spinning while we podcast. I brought the vat with me. You can hear the baggie. Baggie. In all its beautiful brown and green glory. I'm going to pass it to Diana because the sticker on it, while super informative, is quite tiny printed.
It tells me...
It's 2.9 ounces.
Yes.
That part I could read.
It says that it contains merino, cormo, kid mohair locks, angelina, which I assume is the sparkly bit,
I don't know.
BFL locks, mulberry silk, and silk noil. And then under other, it says Polworth?
Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Muga and teas.
We've all seen me pronounce, and it's Algia. Like it's a nice, but I pronounce it Algria. Like we've all heard me mispronounce things for 22 weeks now. I don't think anybody is shocked that I would not be able to spit that out cleanly. So I'm spinning. I'm getting better at my spinning. Diana can confirm we're much more fiber-like.
Yes,
And
it
a
looks
lot
like
less
yarn.
artsy-fartsy. We're still quite artsy.
Less on the fartsy.
Less on the fartsy. So I am getting better, which is very exciting. I wound off my first little bit. I'm not applying it or anything. This is literally just to learn how to do tension and thread and stuff, because it takes so long, because I have to do it all from feel, because I can't really see what I'm doing. So I have my tiny little ball of
It's very cute.
my,
It looks a bit like a bow tie.
have learned to spin stuff that'll, like sit on shelves and travel with me, and
Yeah,
it's my
travels
my
around
first,
like your first swatch.
it is my first swatch. What was the webpage for these guys? It's
Wildwindnaturals.ca. Oh, it's Canadian even.
It is. It's local.
Oh,
Yeah, I picked this up at Wolseley Wool when some got dropped off.
it's lovely.
You were with me. We were eyeballing bats. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'd been going to buy fiber that day, I probably would have snagged that fiber, but...
I bought it instead.
yeah, you did. I'll buy some more fiber at the Fiber Festival.
We will be buying lots of stuff at the Fiber Festival. I might buy more fiber at the Fiber Festival because I'm enjoying spinning. I don't think I'll ever be a capital S spinner, but I could be wrong on that matter. Next step is, now that I'm getting better at the drop spindle, once I've figured out the tension and the thread and pull, is to see if I can do a treadle or an electric, which will be probably asking if I can borrow yours and Red as machines separately, because she's got a double treadle and you have an electric, and see if I can manage either or if I can manage both to see where to go next after that. So, one step at a time. I will get there.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is.
I'm feeling inspired to spin again, but I have so much knitting to do. I think I'm still more inspired to knit, so...
There's lots of spinning and knitting. There's lots to do. I'm taking my spinning with me to Saskatoon. I have a suitcase for my clothes, which is only half full. By the time I put my makeup in there, it'll be a little over half full, because makeup artist, makeup goes with me. And then I'm literally taking a smaller suitcase that is nothing but knitting, books, and spinning stuff. And my painting for my blood bowl. I have an entire suitcase of hobby going with me on vacation. I'm technically only going for 2 weeks as of right now, though if I get there and I start visiting and I end up staying for a month, I end up staying for a month. It doesn't bother me. Like, my mom and me are pretty chill about vacationing that way, so that's fine. We can record via distance. I've requested to be home in time for the Fiber Festival, and Mom said, yep, because that puts us at a little over a month, and that's about the max. Then I've spent my dad pretty good. I spent all his money. He's got to go back to work. And he's tired of me asking to go out to the Saskatoon berry patch for berry crumble, so he'll take me home then. So I'm going to do a lot of stuff out in Saskatoon, which is great because I've got friends out there and I've got friends driving through there, so it's a good chance for me to catch up with a lot of people. So
that sounds
super
nice.
excited. Woohoo! But that's it for spinning.
All right.
There'll be more spinning. It'll be me going, gah!
Then we are on to yarn on the go. I have been going, but my yarn has been not. So...
Did I mention my parents were in town? Guess where I went?
Oh, yes. You have this entire, not small bag of new yarn to show off.
And my mom came with us. She's no better at keeping me under control than Dad is.
Oh, dear.
In fact, we only went for one project, and I came out with 2 projects worth of yarns. Because she decided she liked the colors.
All right, I'm excited. I'm under suspense. I haven't been allowed to look in this bag since you arrived.
So we went, because my niece, who is 10, wears... It's a kid size 16, which means she's a double extra small adult, is what she is, at 10. Her head, she grew since she left. Her head is now above my shoulders.
My goodness.
So, because her feet just grew, she's going to grow, because this is how she does. All kids grow differently. Isabella's feet usually get bigger before the rest of her gets bigger. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't get wider, she just gets taller. So we're trying to fit an extra small human with a waist size of her age range. So you can just she's a beanpole is what she is. So we've taken to handcrafting a lot of stuff, which we had to do when I was a kid, we had to do when my sister was a kid. Like, my mom did all of this already. So, because I like knitting more one piece a year I like knitting for her. I don't like to do a ton of it because she's
She
still
grows.
pretty rough on her clothes and she grows a fair bit, but I sew her things all the time, so that's not a problem. I decided I wanted to make her a sweater this year, like a proper pullover sweater.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my mom, and she's like, well, let's go to Wolseley Wool and see if we can find something for her. And my niece wears the bright, if you think I wear bright colors, my niece makes me look subdued.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, if everyone is prepared for this,
I see a glow coming out of this bag.
in my dream mind, Jasmine from the Knitmore Girls listens to us. Like, in my dreams, this occurs to me, and she's going to understand the shade of pink that I had to buy for my niece.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to get it because she just finished making Genevieve, like, a really pink sweater. So I think she's... They probably don't. But if they do, you totally get me. Like, you understand where this is coming from. So we decided to go with a Find Your Fade sweater, because my mom didn't want a solid color. She wanted a mash of colors, so it's all
Right.
violent and electric. So we picked 4 skeins up
That has all the violent electric colors in it. Oh my lord.
with a
That is so pink.
very, very pink
It's
base.
so pink it hurts.
It's a very pink base. So, our pink base, which is our 2 skeins of solid, are in Algria. God, I love pronouncing that. It's Manos de Uruguay. I'm going to have to hand it over to Diana so she can tell me the name of the color.
Euphoria.
It is...
It's actually glowing and it's hurting my eyes.
It is Day Glow Pink.
It's the pinkest yarn I think I've ever seen.
It's so pink. I will take photos and I will start a project for it
I'm
right away.
quite certain it's glowing. Like,
So
actually.
by the time this podcast goes up, there will be a link for it so you guys can all check out just how pink. And I didn't pick 2 of the same pink. I picked 2 different pinks.
Okay, I
so
was
the
thinking
fade-
they looked a little bit
They're
different.
a little bit different because I wanted the fade to sort of continue.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the darkest pink at the top, and then when it goes into the fade, then the lightest pink in the
Okay.
middle, with the 2 bold colors in the center. That way, if I have to add anything, I can just go back to the dark pink at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. As she grows.
Mm-hmm.
Children grow. This is what it is. We decided, my mom, was it this game? Yeah, this game. So my mom grabbed this one. I don't even know how to describe this one. It is... Nope, I can't even read that writing. It's another
Right.
Algria.
It's so bright.
It is got everything from... We're going to go with that nice violet pink
Yeah.
to electric lime yellow. Because you got some
Yep.
limey yellow going on there. We've got red burgundy colors, purpley reds. We've got blues. We've got purples. And we got greens in here.
And there's some white in there.
There's some white in here too.
It's like,
It screams childhood.
it really does.
Screams 80s childhood is what it screams. It screams 80s childhood. And it is amazing. It is another Algria yarn.
It says it is Candombe? Candombe. Candom?
Sure. The last one I picked, that my mom picked, has more white, less of the yellow and green, but still the same sort of color variations to it, just a slightly different rotation to it. And again, it's an entirely Algria sweater, so this will be her first all-wool sweater. Well, fancier wool, not acrylic.
God, that's bright.
Isn't it amazingly cheerful?
It's the cheerfulest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I have got to take this to a coffee shop and knit on it while I'm gone because the faces I am going to get make it worth carting this all the way out to Saskatoon. Like, I'm going to knit it when I'm out with my girlfriend Erica. She's going to love it.
This is so...
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's just, it is so violently shaded, but it is such, you know my niece. Are these not her colors?
Oh, absolutely. 110%.
Yeah, doing it in the Find Your Fade so you get that color melt all the way through, so it's a psychedelic 60s acid wash essentially going on in her sweater.
I'm so excited to see this knit up. It's going to look amazing.
I'm aiming to have it done for Christmas or just after Christmas. So given how quickly I'm getting through the Christmas presents, adding another one to my list, which is another reason why I start so early, is nothing, because I've got the time to do it. Her birthday is the 3rd of November. I doubt I will have it done by the 3rd of November, because I'm not starting till I get... It is on the, I will start it if I have time while I'm out there, but odds are pretty good I'll be starting it actually when I come home. So it's almost definite that it will travel. It might not even travel to Saskatoon. I might not honestly have to leave it at home, because I can only knit so much. And I'm already taking 5 projects.
That's a lot of knitting.
But again, I finish a shawl every other week.
True, but you're still max only gone for a month.
Yeah. So it's like, theoretically, that should be enough. So, we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm out and I have to buy more yarn. Oh, the tragedy.
Oh, tragedy.
So, I will make sure there's some photos of this before I go so that I can post it and get a project started so you have something to link.
So bright.
That's what we went for.
It hurts my eyes.
I wanted the pink, and I thought maybe a pink and a gray to tone the pink down.
Mm-hmm.
But Mom wanted the bright colors.
Why tone it down?
Why tone it down? Clearly more is more.
Obviously.
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I'm way too old. I clearly don't understand what cool is. I'm going to show her tonight because she won't have any concept of what it'll look like.
Mm-hmm.
So if she hits the roof and is super excited, then we are off to the races, folks.
Excellent.
So that's good. But the bag is not empty.
The bag is not empty.
My mom, I was showing her the Okay, now my mom has a lot of wool she can't touch. She's incredibly sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I usually just knit in a cotton for her. Or an acrylic. I like knitting cotton. I like knitting acrylic. I have no problems with this. I wanted to show her the fall colors. Because Mom likes fall colors. I like fall colors. Purples, blues, greens. Those are all mommy colors.
Those are lovely.
So, she also really likes my not my Find Your Fade shawl. I'm talking about it too much. My starting point shawl. You know that one that I have to finish?
Yes.
Now that I have all of my yarn?
Yes.
Yeah, that shawl. She likes that shawl. So we bought all the skeins we need to do one of her own. So we bought a variegated in a hedgehog fibers.
Ooh.
Because she was able to touch the hedgehog fibers and it didn't bug her fingers or the inside of her wrist or the neck.
Oh, that's good.
So she's good with that, and this is their sock base. So I'm thinking that super wash sock bases, which seem to be the ones she reacts to the least, might be the stuff I try to stick to. Because some of the not sock bases, she reacts to a lot of those. So that's fine, because a lot of people have a sock base. And we know she can do the hedgehog fibers. That's not a trial. I don't think...
What is the name of that colorway?
This one is... I don't know. Medusa.
Nice.
So, as it implies, we have everything from a rich tonal sea blues into some greens, and we've got a bit of brown kind of green going on there, like olivey green.
Mm-hmm.
Brown and a bit of purple going on in here too.
Mm-hmm. Some of that between the brown and the green even looks a bit gold.
Yeah, you got a little bit of gold, red, kind of hazily color going on. So
nice.
Again, I will make sure that I have photos taken of this and the project set up before I go, so that way you can link them in the show notes. But, hello. How freaking pretty is this skein?
Really pretty.
So, once we decided that we liked this skein, I was like, okay, well now we're already over. Do we just want to buy this, and then I will bring it back later, and I will match it up? And Mom's like, no, we will go match it up now. So me and my dad faithfully trooped over to the cotton section.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked, because again, found one skein of wool.
Mm-hmm.
We are not gonna, Mom was done touching wool. We went back to the cotton. And we went to the Pima 100 Barocco cotton. I've knit in this cotton before. I like this cotton. It is a very nice cotton. I watched, Super Segue, still about knitting. I watched University, EWE University.
Cute.
It's on YouTube, and it's, the knitter who is a professor. So she does straight up educational knitting stuff. And she was doing the history of cotton recently. So I was learning about the history of cotton. Super fascinating. I fell down that rabbit hole for 3 or 4 hours. Because I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's learn more.
Well, now that you've told me this exists, guess where my evening's going?
To University. She's a really good. She's a university professor. This is exactly what she is. And it's fine. If you like university professors and their teaching styles, done. Go. Please, add it to your YouTube list. You will not be sorry. Anyway, I bought 4 colors, and they are mom-approved colors, because this is for my mom's shawl, because I told her she couldn't take mine. That was my shawl.
Mm-hmm.
I would make her own. So I said I might not start it right away, because we're getting into fall, and I want to finish her winter stuff first. And she said that was fine, so long as we're ready for next summer. She's happy. Okay. My mom buys a lot of stuff, so she's a wonderful gift recipient. I don't mind knitting for her. I have a beautiful, rich plum purple.
Yep.
because that's one of the purples that is in the Medusa. And then we went to a wonderful, what do you want to call that?
Sort of a pale blue, a steel blue, maybe?
I would say steel blue, because it's definitely got a little bit of gray undertone to it. Nice and cool, so that'll work really well, but definitely in a lighter range of blue than the Medusa one, which will let the blue in the Medusa pop really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up 2 of those. And then I picked up 2, and I love calling this is almost like a kind of Caribbean teal blue.
Yes.
So we picked up 2 of those, which is slightly darker than the steel blue. Because again, Mom likes blue, and there's a lot of blue in the Medusa. And then we went with a cream white to make all those cool colors pop nicely. And give it a little bit of warmth.
Nice.
And have it so that it is not in a black, because that'd be a little too dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that and I can't knit in black for the life of me.
That's fine.
Because I can't knit in the black. So yeah, I will take a photo of each of the skeins arranged out like it's a mystery knit. And we will go from there. But that's what I went, and that's what I did today. Thank you, Wolseley Wool, for enabling more yarn purchases.
Such yarn. Must knit faster.
My problem seems to be it doesn't matter how much more I add, I just knit more. My stash is not growing. My stash is stable.
That's impressive.
So, like,
That's a good place to be at.
I am knitting a lot. I mean, I have a lot of stash at this point. I'm not going to lie and say I don't, because I do, but I don't need more space. The space I have currently is sufficient. I mean, sometimes it's max sufficient, and then it shrinks a little, and then I'm back to max sufficient again. Like, I'm going to be knitting like a crazy person because Fibre Festival, and I don't want the stash to overflow. It also gives me another super large brown bag to write 365 on the front of to put more granny squares in.
How many bags of squares do you have now?
Almost 2 full bags.
Wow.
Yeah, I need a 3rd bag shortly. And that's just because I overfill them. That's my yarn on the go. Lots of yarn acquisition.
Such yarn acquisition.
Buying all the things.
Events.
We have all the things.
Things ongoing. Stash Dash.
Not as many things as we once had.
Stash Dash is going until the 20th-ish.
I did not double check that, so I'm going to go with yes.
It's going till sometime in the near future. Just a couple more weeks.
Yeah, it's almost weeks. We're at the 14th as of Monday, dear.
Is it? Oh my god. When did that happen?
You have,
Sorry, one more week.
You have less than 2 weeks to get your Warhammer Blood Bowl team done. Yes, we have a week till Stash Dash is finished.
Okay, well, I so far have succeeded in finishing that one pair of socks.
Excellent!
And nothing else will probably get done.
I have started washing and blocking the shawls I finished this summer, so I should get some photos taken, and even if I don't get the post up before I leave, I can get the post up when I'm out of town, because Ravelry's on the internet.
It is.
I just gotta have the photos on my phone. I can do that. No problem. So theoretically, I'm gonna go 5K. Still haven't done the math. That I need to do tonight.
I'm going no K.
No K?
No K.
Excellent.
A pair of socks is like not very much.
No, but that's okay. I still have to learn how to knit socks, so don't feel bad about it.
I finished nothing and started a bunch more things. I did not stash dash well.
You gotta start somewhere.
I'm prepping for next year's stash dash.
Sure, we'll go with that. That
Yeah.
works for me. I like it.
You were doing some knit-alongs. There was the Zadie sweater.
I'm always doing knit-alongs. I think I've just come to this conclusion. If it's this knit-along, I'm like, sure! I've got time. I don't have time. The Zadie is cast on. It is ready to go. I forgot to mention it in Woolly Workings. Because I didn't write it down, you guys.
Gotta write it down.
It is prepped and ready for the drive tomorrow. It is an 8-hour drive in the truck. So I'm at the part where I just go round and 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 round.
8 hours of round and round, you'll have the body of a sweater.
I'll have a body of a sweater. So it is prepped and ready to go, so I can get in the morning and nap till Brandon, because I have to be up early, and then knit from there.
Sounds good.
It won't be long till I'm on the sleeves.
Awesome. And there was the Canadian make-along.
There is that one I am currently working on because I'm doing that in conjunction with the Woolsey Wool one. So I am knitting the Find Your Fade, and I'm using mostly Canadian yarns. So I'm entering a celebration of Canada's 150th birthday by doing a make-along with the Ancient Art yarn in the Find Your Fade shawl.
All right. And related to that, the Woolsey Wool's Faded Summer Knit Along. We're both doing the Find Your Fade for that. I think
we are.
Talked about those sufficiently.
I hope so.
The Manitoba Fibre Festival is coming up September 15th and 16th.
Yep, my wallet has to get lighter. More yarn must be acquired.
Many things will be purchased.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so good! I'm so excited.
Buy all the things, pet all the animals.
I might not do the animal petting part, but I'm gonna buy things.
I probably won't pet too many animals, but I will touch many fleeces.
Excellent.
That are no longer upon animals.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that.
Alpaca fleece. You just stuff your hand in the bag and it's just instantly warm. It's amazing.
I don't know if I need to have an instantly warm hand in September weather. I'm still going to be warm in September.
I frequently have cold hands.
Ah, okay.
So I really enjoy it. It's magical.
Not something I'm super worried about, so that's okay. But yeah, no, I will enjoy the softness of alpaca.
It's lovely.
Mm-hmm. Red will be in school. We'll have to take her on the Saturday.
Yes.
Make her not study and come out and do something.
Yes.
She will grumble till we get there, then we'll not be able to get her to leave. This sounds like an amazing plan.
Yes, we will hijack her and...
totally hijacking her. Her and Miss D.
Yes.
I think we'd need to make that a knitting club outing.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only other thing we have planned for the year is C4, Central Canada Comic Con, October 27th to 29th.
Because we are nerds.
Where we will dress up in costumes that may or may not be handmade. Probably handmade.
You can wear your toothless.
I could wear my toothless. I probably will. I'll probably, since I'm probably still not going to learn how to sew for this year.
We're very running out of time.
Yeah.
That was great English. Very running out of time. Oy vey.
You know what? It's fine. We know what you mean.
I hope so.
I really want to start and finish my Wonder Woman wrap.
Okay.
By C4. So I can wear that on one day and wear toothless another day.
Perfect. Oh, are we doing a weekend?
I'm
doing a weekend.
Might as well, but I'll be coming direct from work on the Friday, so I won't be dressed up.
Well, that would make sense. Yeah, no, perfect. We'll do a weekend. I'm hoping to have my Wonder Woman shawl done, and potentially 1 or 2 cosplays. Depends on how long I'm out visiting my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That all cuts into my sewing time, as I'm not taking my sewing machine with me.
That I don't think would travel as well.
Not nearly as well as knitting does. So, that's what we got going. Oh, I'm going to do the Grinch along this year, which runs from December 1st to 31st.
I would like to Grinch along.
Okay.
I hope I will Grinch along.
My goal is to Grinch along this year, so about mid-November I'm going to be super stressed. And then December, not at all.
Yeah, I like this plan.
I think it's a good plan. But I think that's it for 2017 for us.
That should close out 2017 quite nicely.
Oh, we're going to start thinking about 2018. It's going to be here before you know it.
That's a terrifying thought.
Isn't it, though?
Ugh.
All right.
That
was a short, quick events. Whew.
Whole 6 minutes.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to our review then.
Review. This week we are reviewing Knit Scene Fall 2017.
Because the fall magazines have come out. Which means I have to have them all.
Fall magazines are best knitting magazines.
Oh, aren't they though?
Fall is the best knitting season.
It might be our love of cardigans coming through.
Yeah. And shawls.
Yes. Yeah, the spring and the fall are my favorites. I'm not a massive fan of summer. I do like the winter ones from time to time.
Winter's pretty good.
Yeah, but not summer mostly.
But I still think fall is the best.
That's totally fair.
And so,
we clearly had to pick up the cardigan issue.
Well, you did. This is your magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it retails for $7.99 US and $9.99 Canadian.
Yep.
So, did you like all of the everything?
Not all of the everything, but most of the everything.
Most of the everything.
Most of the everything. There was a lot of them that I saw that I was like, not for my body frame, but I still enjoyed the pattern a fair bit. And I was thinking for my niece, as she gets a little closer to teenage,
Okay.
That there would be a lot of like the super boxy, chunky ones. I
Yeah.
think would translate really well for her when she hits junior high and high school. So
Yeah.
some of those I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have these. But there were a couple that my brain went me, 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 me.
And nothing leapt out as a need to knit it right now, but there's lots of stuff that is nice.
Oh no, I also rewatched The Grocery Girls, which tells you just I have to stop doing that. You're too enably.
Mm-hmm.
I get too much stuff.
So what's on your list of things that you liked?
The first one that I really, really liked was the White Smoke cardigan.
Ah, that is conveniently the one that I'm open to right now.
Woohoo! Mostly because of the detailing on the back,
Yes,
which
the
I thought
cables.
was freaking gorgeous.
It is quite lovely.
I probably wouldn't do it in a white, but I would do it in a like a burnt orange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be lovely.
I think that would look really good. Pumpkin orange.
Yeah.
I would like to look like a giant pumpkin. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Yeah, this one didn't speak to me quite as much.
The detailing in the back is just different enough that I don't feel like it's drawing attention to the front of me.
Fair enough. I usually have hair or a bag on my back, so back detailing is less of a thing for me.
I have purses and sometimes backpacks, and I'm fine if it's not always on display. It doesn't bother me too terribly much. But yeah, that was one of those ones where my brain was like, you need to do that.
What did you think of the seeds cardigan on the next page?
I wrote it down. The only things that caused me a bit of concern was it needs bigger buttons.
Okay.
I feel
can
the
see that.
smaller buttons are just...
Kind of lost.
They're definitely lost. The cardigan's nice, and I certainly have it on, like, at some point, I think I would like to make it for myself, because it looks squishy and cozy.
It looks like a really good basic cardigan.
It looks like if you do it in a tweed or grandpa sweater.
Yes.
Yeah, but it needs that big...
It has thumb
wood-
holes in the cuffs.
It has thumb holes in the cuffs, which is
I'm a
huge.
sucker for thumb holes in the cuffs.
Well, how else do you keep the wind out from getting between your mittens and your cuff of your coat?
Exactly, and what if you only need mittens for like 20 minutes in the morning and then not for the rest of the day?
Exactly. You need thumb holes in your cuffs. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. And big wood buttons.
I actually have the perfect buttons for this, I think, already.
See? Do you know what I'm talking about? A nice big wood button would have definitely just made that pop a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so seeds cardigan.
Seeds cardigan. It's not on the I need to knit it right now, but it is on the list of things I like.
I was also a fan of the October cardigan.
Yeah, that's the other one where I was like, heart knit now. Must have. In a deep red.
I was having a similar thought about the red.
Wouldn't it be beautiful in a deep auburny red?
Yes. Either that or a
So
sort of a
pretty.
cloudy gray color.
Oh.
Or like a stormy gray color.
Stormy gray would be much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, stormy gray would be so pretty. But yeah, no, that's definitely on the list of ones that I want to knit.
Okay. What's next on your list?
The Ashes cardigan.
I believe that is also the next one on mine.
Now again, the cardigans
Yes.
in the middle they're a little too boxy for my frame.
Same.
So, but again, on somebody who's got a thinner, leaner, or a taller frame to them, like my niece or my sister even, would look amazing in those. But that would be one of those ones where I would show her the patterns and let her pick the one she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, not on the list, not because they're not great looking cardigans. Or Miss D.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't she be freaking adorable in some of those?
Yeah, she would.
Ugh, gosh.
She's tiny and adorable.
She is. Oh, I love her. She's amazing.
Anyway, the Ashes cardigan.
Yes.
Another good, solid, basic cardigan.
There's nothing
It
wrong
looks-
with solid basic cardigans, and you can
Looks
never
so
have too many.
comfy. Looks so comfy.
In a purple.
Ooh. I actually like it in the charcoal gray that they have it here.
I think the charcoal gray's fine. I think a deep purple. Like that plum purple.
That would also be lovely.
Wouldn't it? Be so good. But then again, why have gray colored clothes when you can have violently colored clothes? Like Jocelyn.
I mean, really.
I'm wearing purple and white today.
I'm getting a growing collection of crazy colored tights, so the rest of my wardrobe can be subdued.
Yeah, I don't have crazy colored tights. I have crazy colored dresses, crazy colored tops, but crazy patterned pants. My polka dot capris are pretty.
I don't know that those are crazy.
No,
They're patterned.
I like them. My mom thinks they're crazy, but my mom thinks anything that isn't blue or green is out there, so.
Fair enough. What do you have next?
That was it for the cardigan section for me, though there was a smaller section that they did shortly afterwards with a couple more patterns that I really liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just getting
So,
to that.
As always, the magazine had a great assortment of articles.
Yes.
They had all sorts of advertisements encouraging me to spend my monies, which I super appreciate. I liked their fall yarn preview.
Where was that at?
I
Is
don't
that in
know
the middle
page
here
for
between
that.
the
I think it's between the two or just after the second one. It's got a bunch of skeins on the page. But what it did is it gave you a bunch of different type of skein, like photos of the skeins themselves on the outside, and they gave you a little blurb about what it was and what the yarn did, and sort of gave you an idea of the colors and stuff coming out from different companies and the fiber contents for them, which is amazing. It was so handy. All in one spot, so you could compare.
Oh, right.
Looks.
Yes, I remember this now. Yes.
Yeah, compare the looks between the skeins without having to look at 50 different web pages.
Yes. That is handy, yes.
Super handy. Yeah.
All right.
And again, what is in the Yarn Monthly box? I have to know. Man.
I think I might,
I just gotta know.
although we've proved how good I am at, subscription boxes and knitting them in a timely fashion.
Oh, the temptation to do Strickmech next year just to see if I do better than you is so high. There will be some bragging on that one. That one
I don't doubt. I think Dragonfly Fibers has one. I might do that because
Really?
they're Canadian.
If Dragonfly Fibers has one, I would rather do a Canadian one. Absolutely.
Anyway.
We'll have to look for Canadian yarn subscription boxes.
Yes.
Let's get into trouble.
Okay.
Okay.
But back to the review that we were doing.
Oh, right.
Yes. I have 2 more in the second chunk of patterns.
Do you have a walnut cowl?
No, I do not.
Did you not see that walnut cowl?
I do see the walnut cowl. I don't know, cowls don't really appeal to me generally.
I like them in a super bulky to go around my coat and my toque during the coldest of winter, because I don't want the flapping, because we've usually got wind chills that are quite brisk. Let's go with brisk, guys. But the cowls snug up nice and close to my chin without covering so much of my nose that my glasses fog. So I find that they're just brilliant, and because there's no ends, it's very easy to hide gaps, so that I have less exposure. So I find I like cowls that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Nope, that all completely makes sense.
I would expand that walnut into a super chunky though. It would be massive, but
It would be absolutely massive. Wrap it around your head 6 times.
Just 3. My head's not that small. What was the first thing that caught you?
The Blake shawl, which is the cover photo.
Yes, I thought that might.
Yeah.
Should
Nice
describe that
long
one.
triangle shawl with some texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
Triangle shaping seed stitch borders.
And it was the seed stitch borders that made me go, nope.
I have nothing against seed stitch. I
I'm
super
not a
like
fan.
seed stitch texture.
I'm not a fan of seed stitch. I hate doing it.
I don't have this hatred of purling that many people seem to.
It is, I think, because I have to pay too much attention right now to it.
Fair enough.
And that's probably my problem. I don't mind purling. It doesn't
I
bother me
don't-
so much.
I don't have an issue just going back and forth. Knit 1, purl 1 doesn't bother me.
It might, well, mind you, I also don't like knit 1, purl 1 ribbing either. So,
Yeah, I just super doesn't bother me.
yeah.
Like, it's mildly more annoying than doing straight knit or purl.
Yeah, whereas I prefer straight knit or purl. If I've committed to one, let's do it. And be done with it.
I super like the texture of seed stitch when it's done, so I am
It
totally
looks
worth.
pretty.
It is worth the tiny bit of annoyance it is to me.
Then again, I love cables. And I love knitting cables.
I ruined myself for cables with that one scarf.
So I
14
think
stitch wide cables
Pretty
every
wide.
10 rows.
it's pretty wide. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a big cable. The cables I do are much smaller.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a shawl with a cabled border that's taken me like a year to get a third of the way through the border because I don't want to knit cables, but those cables aren't even bad because they're like 2 stitches wide.
Oh, jeez, a 2-stitch wide cable's nothing.
I know, like I don't even need a cable needle barely.
Oh my gosh. Alright, well, there was one more pattern that caught my eye, which is the last poncho.
I liked the Logan mitts because fingerless mitts,
Yep.
and it's not seed stitch, it's honeycomb brioche with twisted rib. Anyway,
They were
fingerless
pretty.
mitts. I'm always a sucker for fingerless mitts.
I would have liked them if they were longer.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was the only thing really making me go, yeah, because I'd have to do some modification to make it longer.
I kind of liked that they were shorter because like all the other fingerless mitts patterns that I see are like up to your elbow. I'm like, what if I don't need it to go up to my elbow without day?
I always feel like it needs to go up to my elbow, so...
I mean, I'm a fan of things going up to my elbow, but like, what if I don't need it to?
I don't know. It
Anyway.
doesn't feel right if it's not 3/4 of the way up my forearm.
You liked the last poncho.
Yeah, the Arkins poncho?
I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. I believe you.
Arkins poncho. Yes, Arkins, and then poncho.
La 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 la.
Oh, you're super flipping. See, monthly yarn on the go box. What is a monthly yarn on the go?
I know.
The
Oh, this
monthly
poncho,
yarn
yes.
Box. I need to find out what
The
that
Arkins
is.
poncho.
Yeah.
It was really pretty, and I super don't want to knit that stitch because it looks annoying. I didn't look that closely at it. It might not be nearly as annoying as I think it would be.
I figured once you got into the repetition of it, it would just ad nauseum. You just do
it's
it.
super interesting.
It looks wonderfully bold and chaotic. Wait, what? Jocelyn stuff.
Yes, I see how it appeals.
Super appeals to Jocelyn's brain. It is not a super easy knit. I don't even know, how would you describe that pattern? My brain just goes geometric, yes.
Colorwork shells?
Yeah.
Or fans?
I'd say probably fans? Yeah.
Let's go with fans. Colorwork
Fans.
fans.
Yeah, which just, yeah. It creates a beautiful pattern.
And I only have it as 2 dots out of 4 for difficulty.
Oh, well, then in that case, that's not hard to do at all. Well, I suppose there's no shaping or anything. It's a poncho. And
Yeah.
I suspect that might be rectangular construction.
Back and forth, top down.
Oh, it's in the round.
Slip stitch color work, using only 1 color per row.
Okay.
Assembly. It is a rectangle that you seam together at the end.
It was just like the poncho I made Isabella last year. That's nothing.
Yes, it is precisely like that.
I can do that.
Yeah, it is a rectangle that you seam together and then add fringe around the edge.
Done. No wonder it's only 2. That's easy. Easy peasy. That's worked flat.
So it's just miles and miles of this slip stitch color work.
Yep.
Which might be a lot of fun. Ooh. Crazy colored yarn
Yep.
and a solid.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay, that appeals to me a lot more now.
See? I'm not crazy, guys.
Well...
Okay, maybe a little crazy. Moderately unhinged. I'm moderately unhinged.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
But that is the first of the fall magazines. Do not be shocked when we do the rest of the fall magazines.
Uh-huh.
Because we love fall magazines.
Fall magazines are best magazines. I think we said that already.
Just as crispy bacon is best bacon.
Exactly.
And I don't care what my girlfriend's husband says. Crispy bacon is best bacon.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It must go snick when you eat it.
Absolutely. Feel free to disagree with me. I am still right.
Actually, don't feel free to disagree. We are right.
We are right.
Do not disagree.
Don't disagree. We're not going to apologize for our statement.
No. No apologies here.
No apologies for liking the bacon. Duly noted. But yeah.
Anyway, knit scene.
Knit scene. It's
overall
good this
opinion.
month. Oh yeah. I found 3 patterns for sure I want to knit, and at least 3 or 4 more that I might knit for $10.
Yeah.
That is
There's-
amazing cost per pattern ratio.
I have 5 things in here I'd like to knit. So
Yeah, it works out wonderfully.
Definitely take a look if you're into fall magazines and
cardigans.
probably buy it. Yeah, there are lots of cardigans.
Cardigan.
So definitely take a look, probably buy it.
Yeah. I just realized I'm knitting my niece a fingering weight cardigan. I've lost my mind.
You have lost your mind.
Alright. I don't even knit myself. Well, mind you, there is a huge height difference between me and her.
Yeah, she's tiny still. She's tall, but
Tiny.
very skinny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't ever want to knit myself. And having said that, I'm going to knit myself a fingering weight sweater, aren't I?
Probably at some point, yeah, because you're crazy like that.
I am bonkers.
Anyway.
Now that I've been fully distracted.
Think that is everything.
That's everything. We're done.
Sounds like we've come to the end of our row, to quote the Knitmar Girls.
Listening to podcasts?
Apologies. Yeah.
That's fair. It's a thing. Diana, my dear, do you remember where we are on the internet?
You can find us on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest as Northern Knits Podcast. Our blog with all our show notes is at northernknitspodcast.com. You can also email us at northernknitspodcast@gmail.com. Jocelyn, where can you be found on the internet?
I'm found on the internet as Amber Dragon. Sometimes it's super fancy and there's a 1 on the end of that. Most of the places I'm super active on are the Instagram account for Northern Knits, my personal Instagram account, Twitter, Facebook, and Ravelry.
All right. I am on Instagram and Twitch as Firewater and Fibre, and on Ravelry as Wool-Rat. I stream virtual knit nights most Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central Time.
I'm usually with her.
I am also on the Twitterverse now.
Ta-da!
As Artemis_134.
Woohoo!
All the places.
All the places. But that's it. That's all. If you guys haven't done so and feel so inclined, we would love a rate and a review. Please join the Ravelry group if you haven't, because there are more knitting conversations to be had, and I am always open to enabling, so please feel free to enable away by sharing projects you're currently working on, introducing yourself in the What's in Your Cup thread, and tell me what you guys like to drink, because my day is not complete unless I've had 4 different beverages in front of me in one go at some point in the day, and I need more.
I've been having 3 different beverages on my desk at work all week.
I'm rubbing off on you.
You are. I don't know how it happened.
It just sneaks up on you, and then there it is.
And then all of a sudden, bam, 3 cups on your desk. Like, these all have something different in them. What am I doing with my life?
But they're tasty, and you don't want to stop drinking any one of the 3 of them. You just want to be able to sample from all 3 all the time.
Pretty much, yeah.
I understand where it comes from.
Okay,
So
well, as long as I'm not too crazy.
So next week, I will come to you from Saskatchewan.
I will still be here in Winnipeg.
But what are we going to do? Yeah, that'll be interesting, because then there'll be 2 weather reports. Weird.
You'll have weird Saskatchewan beverages, too.
I will have weird Saskatchewan beverages, yes. Like ginger ale.
Like ginger ale from a Safeway in Saskatchewan.
Or from here, because I think my dad was buying some from here to take with us, so I still might be drinking that at that point.
Oh, well, that's boring.
I will make sure to go to fancy, weird, what is it, Mom and Pop. They have a Vita Health version out there, which is one of the big health food stores here in the city. It's called Dad's. So I'll make sure to pick up some weird vegan and vegetarian snack foods to describe to you guys, because, you know, nothing says interesting. I have some dried blood orange fruit to snack on the drive out.
Ooh.
Almost bought some dried roasted peas, but I didn't like any of the flavor choices. There's a weird glimpse into the world of Jocelyn. Eating corn-free is hard, and I'm allergic to corn. I eat all the weird foods.
There are many delicious weird foods in
the
hippie health food stores.
Yep, and I love it, so it's great.
They're fantastic.
However, until next week rolls around, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
Saying no matter where your week takes you,
Don't forget to knit.